Tennessee, come out and play.
This is it, Jennifer. Your big breaking TV.
Yo, what's poppin', Henny? Gang. Bar is open, y'all. I smell a debunking video coming on. Ciao. Least we not forget, this is Hennessy Reviews.
Having a fun time.
Yo, what's poppin'? Welcome back to the bar. If you are new to the channel, welcome. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Click that notification bell, select all so that you get notified whenever I do a video. And if you are a returning Mob Down Henny Gang member, yeah, now we gonna get into this content. But before we do, there's something that I was told to pass along to you, the viewers, the subscribers, the Mob Down Henny Gang. If you are not getting your notifications, then you may want to check your phone settings. Go into your phone setting and make sure that you have your notifications selected within the settings for YouTube. Because sometimes you guys don't have those settings on in your phones and you're not getting the notifications. Now, I did check my analytics and I did see that a lot of you do have it turned on to all, but you do not have it turned on to through your notifications in your phone. And how is it that out of 10.7K and change people that have subscribed to the channel, only about 2.9K of you even have notifications turned on? What? Y'all better go turn them notifications on, because y'all be wearing me down and wearing me out about not getting them notifications. So now I am doing my due diligence to try to figure out how to get you guys to get the notifications and to understand how the notification systems work. So I do take my time to try to figure out little things one step at a time. So yeah, make sure your settings are set correctly and then you'll get your notifications. Anywho, make sure y'all are hitting that like button on the way in, because this morning, baby, we are about to pour up on 50 Cent. Now, child, let me tell you, before we get this screen the way that I like my screen, right? Child, let me tell you something. I don't have it open, so I'm not going to do it. Let me tell you something. I don't know how to take this case. I don't know how to take this case. And the reason why I don't know how to take this case is because once I read it, I'm like, I don't know, bro. But of course, y'all know I have a new layout that I like to use. And this is the layout that we are going to use. And this is a 50 Cent court doc read. So I'm going to open these court docs. I'm not going to waste too much of y'all time this morning. And yes, Henny is back drinking coffee. Please do not crucify me, but I have been so off, and I was like, there's no way I'm going to get through this morning's live without my cup of coffee. Yes, I am going to be trying mushroom coffee, and I will give you guys a review on it. But for today, we sip on my coffee with cinnamon, ginger, cayenne pepper, and turmeric in there. Yes, honey. All right, so now let's get into this court doc, because y'all did not come here to hear about my coffee, even though I know some of y'all are drinking y'all coffee this morning. You know, if you are a caffeine warrior like myself, salute to y'all. Okay, because it is not easy to make it through. It's not easy to make it through sometimes, right? All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to put our watermark up and get started on this court doc. I do not even have my glasses, but we gonna make it do what it do, baby. Yes. All right, so this is a lawsuit for assault, battery, intentional infliction of emotional distress, negligence, interference with the exercise of civil rights. Okay, I don't. Anyway. The person who is suing 50 Cent is Guadalupe de los Santos, okay? And Guadalupe de los Santos is a member of Paparazzi, okay? So now we're going to get into this lawsuit. All right. It says the party's venue. We're not going to, we don't get into. No, we're not going to get into that. We're going to go into the facts. Okay. Facts common to all causes of action. All right. Now, I know that this was posted up onto TMZ. And if I'm not mistaken, he was saying he knew nothing about this lawsuit, but we know about it, so we're going to get into it. All right, so it says defendant Jackson, which would be 50 Cent if you didn't know, was scheduled to appear at a book signing event for his new book on September 11th of 2024 at the Barnes & Noble store at the Grove Shopping Center in Los Angeles. Plaintiff De Los Santos traveled to the Grove Shopping Center on September 11th of 2024 to capture video footage of defendant Jackson to post to his social media account. Pause. Hold on. September 11th is not a good day to be doing a book signing. Top of the top to everybody that's popping in. I see y'all. Defendant Jackson attended the book signing event on September 11th at the Grove. Afterwards, he left the back entrance of the Barnes & Noble store at or around 9 p.m. and entered an SUV with individuals who appeared to be his security guards. Now, you are watching him so hard that you know that he went out the back of the store, okay? And you know who was at the SUV with him because you were watching him, okay? Plaintiff De Los Santos also traveled, okay. Wait, we skipped ahead. Shortly thereafter, the SUV containing defendant Jackson traveled south on South Gilmore Lane and made a left turn onto West 3rd Street. Plaintiff De Los Santos also traveled south on South Gilmore Lane on his motorized scooter. He used his smartphone at the end of a selfie stick to record the SUV containing defendant Jackson. He eventually made a left turn onto West 3rd Street. Now, you are riding on a motorized scooter and you have your selfie stick out as you're riding on this motorized scooter, basically chasing this man down is what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting. If you getting that, drop Henny Glasses in the chat because that's what I'm getting off of this, all right? Plaintiff De Los Santos also traveled south on South Gilmore Lane on his motorcycle. Plaintiff De Los Santos traveled on West 3rd Street in the far right lane, just along the sidewalk, and stopped at a traffic light at Ogden Drive, okay? While waiting at the traffic light, he felt and heard a vehicle pull up from behind him in the far left. It was the SUV containing defendant Jackson. As the SUV approached Plaintiff De Los Santos, the front passenger door suddenly and forcefully opened without warning or provocation and struck Plaintiff De Los Santos on his left side, knocking him and his scooter to the street adjacent to the side. I'm sorry. It just tickled me because I can see this happening. All right, let's do it again. Let's reread it. As the SUV approached De Los Santos, the front passenger door suddenly and forcefully opened without warning or provocation and struck Plaintiff De Los Santos on his left side, knocking him and his scooter to the street and adjacent sidewalk to his right. As a result of the fall, Plaintiff De Los Santos suffered injuries to his lower body on his left side as well as his torso. He also suffered accompanying pain and emotional distress. There was no reason for the front passenger door of defendant Jackson's SUV to open other than to strike the plaintiff. As such, Plaintiff De Los Santos alleges an occupant of the SUV at defendant Jackson's direction opened the door to intentionally strike plaintiff and injure him. As a proximate result of defendant Jackson's attack on the plaintiff, as alleged here and above, Plaintiff De Los Santos has sustained the above alleged injuries, causing plaintiff great mental and physical pain and suffering. Plaintiff has incurred and will continue to incur medical and related expenses, the full amount of which is not known at this time, As a further proximate result of defendant Jackson's conduct, plaintiff is prevented from attending his usual occupation and has suffered and will suffer lost earnings. Furthermore, as a result of the attack, plaintiff's motorized scooter was damaged to the point that it is inoperable. I wonder if it was a scooty bike, y'all. Let's see. The amount of plaintiff's damages exceeded the jurisdictional minimum of the Superior Court. The aforementioned conduct by defendant Jackson was willful, wanton, and malicious. At all relevant times, defendant Jackson acted with conscious disregard of plaintiff's rights, safety, and feelings. Defendant Jackson also acted with the knowledge of or with reckless disregard for the fact that his conduct was certain to cause injury and/or humiliation to the plaintiff. I added the. Plaintiff is further informed and believes that defendant Jackson intended to cause fear, physical injury, and/or pain and suffering to the plaintiff. By virtue of the foregoing, plaintiff is entitled to recover punitive and exemplary, leave me alone, damages for defendant Jackson according to proof. Now, child, let me come over here and have a little bit of a conversation with y'all, okay? Because, first of all, I say paparazzi because that's kind of the vibe that it gives when you do stuff like this. When you randomly show up to events and you chase a person down, like at the end of the day, isn't that the same thing that happened allegedly to Princess Diana? Like paparazzi was chasing her down. Haven't we seen a list and slew of celebrities who have been sued by members of the quote unquote paparazzi for being, they were being overzealous and they did things to try to get away from them, or they ended up getting attacked because they just have cameras all in their faces and everyone wants to try to get a shot. Like, at the end of the day, I'm not going to say that I'm not going to say I wouldn't have done the same thing if I felt like you were harassing me, because if you were there to get photos for your Instagram, right, to post to your social media, you were there to cover the event, then there was no need, in my opinion, my humble opinion, there was no need for you to be chasing him down the street with a selfie stick out, driving on a motorized scooter, trying to film him in his vehicle. He's exiting the event. The event is over and you're still trying to capture a moment. Would I have opened the door? I don't mean to laugh. I'm not laughing at the man's pain. Understand that. I'm laughing because at the end of the day, I can actually see him having somebody open the door like, yo, knock that off his scooter. Bang! You know what I'm saying? Like, people have to remember that these celebrities, they're people and they want their privacy. Exactly. If my door can hit you, you're too close. Really. It really should be in the job description for paparazzi. May be harmed for being a celeb in celeb's personal space. I agree with that, because why are you filming him going down the road? He expected that at his event. He's not expecting it as he's going and minding his business. I mean, the regular paparazzi that we grew up with aren't even as overzealous as this guy seems to have been. So he goes on in the first cause, which is assault against all defendants. Okay, defendant Jackson acted in a threatening and offensive manner with the intent of creating fear and apprehension in defendant De Los Santos of a harm and offensive physical contact, and plaintiff De Los Santos felt threatened when defendant Jackson unlawfully and intentionally caused the SUV to approach the plaintiff from behind and caused the vehicle's door to strike plaintiff as alleged here and above. Pause. Because just above, he said that someone opened the door at 50's direction. So now you're saying that he opened the door. Okay, as a result of defendant Jackson's acts, plaintiff reasonably believes that he was about to be touched in a harmful or offensive manner. At no time did plaintiff consent to any act, okay? As a direct and proximate result of 50 Cent's willful, not knowing, and intentional assault on the plaintiff has experienced and will continue to experience pain and suffering, mental anguish, and emotional distress. He has incurred and will continue to incur medical expenses and other incidental expenses, and has suffered and will continue to suffer a loss of earnings and other employment benefits and job opportunities. Plaintiff is thereby entitled to general and compensatory damages in the amounts to be proven at trial. Okay, defendant 50 Cent performed the aforementioned conduct with fraud, oppression, and malice. What? And with the intent, design, and purpose of injuring plaintiff. At all relevant times, 50 Cent acted with conscious disregard for the fact that his conduct was certain to cause injury and or humiliation to the plaintiff, okay? In the second cause, which is for the battery against the defendant, it says, in performing the acts alleged herein above, defendant Jackson acted with intent to make harmful and offensive contact with the plaintiff's person. Defendant Jackson did, in fact, cause offensive and unwelcomed contact with the plaintiff, and as alleged herein above, at all relevant times, the plaintiff found the contact by the defendant to be offensive to his person and dignity. So are you suing for injuries and your ego being crushed, or you being embarrassed because people saw you fall off that scooter, get knocked off that scooter, I should say. I'm just saying. Okay. Defendant Jackson's willful knowing and intentional battery of the plaintiff. Plaintiff has experienced and will continue to experience pain and suffering, mental anguish. So they're repeating that up there. And in the third cause, the action, intentional infliction of emotional distress, distress against all defendants. Okay, defendant 50 Cent intentionally caused the door of the SUV he was traveling in to strike plaintiff De Los Santos without warning or provocation. He did so while in a moving car, knowing that such contact would cause injury to the plaintiff. Given the unprovoked nature of defendant's attack, his conduct in attacking plaintiff was outrageous. But you just said that. Never mind. Affirmation, fraud, oppression. Okay, so they're repeating stuff. Plaintiff is entitled to recover punitive and exemplary damages from defendant Jackson according to proof. Negligence against the defendant. So at all times, 50 Cent owned a duty to act as a responsible. Wait a minute, how are you going to say that he was supposed to be acting responsibly, yet you weren't acting responsibly? You weren't actually giving this man the 50 feet that he needed. Basically, you didn't give this man 5 feet. You following him and chasing him down on the internet. I mean, on the streets. I feel like, okay, wait, I didn't give y'all the coup de grace, all right? And then the fifth cause is violation of California Civil Code Section 52.1, interference with exercise of civil rights. Now, I want to hear this part, okay? By this reference, plaintiff incorporates all the allegations in this complaint, in this cause of action, as thorough, fully set forth herein. Article 1, Section 1 of California Constitution guarantees certain inalienable rights to persons in this state and has been construed specifically to include the fundamental right to pursue a lawful occupation. What? At all times of the event alleged in this complaint, plaintiff was a photographer and social media journalist. At the time of the attack alleged in this complaint, defendant Jackson sought to prevent plaintiff from pursuing his occupation and perpetuating that attack upon plaintiff. Defendant Jackson attempted to interfered with plaintiff's exercise and enjoyment of the fundamental rights secured by Article 1, Section 1 of California's Constitution to pursue a lawful occupation. As a proximate result of defendant Jackson's conduct, as alleged here and above, plaintiff has experienced and will continue to experience pain and suffering. So basically what he is saying is his civil rights, according to the California Constitution, have been violated because he was prevented from stalking this man and chasing him down. Like, I don't see this going very far, but there is something that I do want to show to y'all. You want to know who's representing this man, De Los Santos? This woman right here. Let me take my watermark off so y'all can get a good look at her. Do y'all know who this is, right? Y'all know who this attorney is, right? Somebody say it down in the chat. I'll give you a hint. Her name starts with a G. Oh, Selena, how did I know you were going to be the first one to say it? This is the lawyer who picked up this case. Now, let me tell you something. The reason why I chose to cover this case is because there are a lot of us who are YouTubers, who are Instagram, social media journalists, as they put it. And a lot of times, people just think about getting the content. And they're willing to do just about anything to get the content. Thank you. I kept wanting to say Nancy Grace. No, honey. Nancy is not involved in this. Y'all got to take into account that there is a possibility when you are out here trying to do it for the gram, or you are trying to have that viral moment because you just want that top piece of content, you have to take into consideration the fact that there are boundaries that some of these celebrities have. And if you cross that boundary, now you are actually putting them at risk. And I see 50 Cent countering because he didn't know who this man was. He's riding down the street and they see this man with this thing. He don't know if it's a stick. He don't know if this man is trying to do him bodily harm. He's leaving an event and this man is following him and photographing him. He could say that he felt like his life was in danger. His safety was in danger, okay? He can also say that this man was stalking him, which caused a great amount of fear and put his security on high alert, that they did not know that he was paparazzi. All they were doing was to protect. They were thinking to protect. Y'all got to think about the steps that y'all be taking when y'all go out here trying to go viral. Every moment is not going to be a viral moment. Some things are just going to be a piece of content. Okay? Your goal is to be in the algorithm. Your goal is to hope that you get that piece of social media gold that does pick you up and take you across the internet streets. But your goal is to not put yourself or other people in danger. I don't see this case going anywhere, but I thought that this was a good example for people to hear, because I see people doing it all the time. Prime example, and I'm gonna bring this up. When I went to go meet for Sean down in Times Square in New York, in Manhattan, those who are on the live with me, those who are on that live, I kept saying to them, I don't know how to approach her. Like, I don't want to get socked out. I don't want to come off as some crazy deranged person just running up on her like, hey, let me get a picture with you. I didn't want to do that. So I had to make it as comfortable as possible. Okay? Because you don't want to run down on people and end up in a situation. And the reason why I said that is because she had her baby, her family. That was not an event. If it's an event, they expect certain behaviors. I'm at a book signing. People know about this book signing for this book. I'm expecting people to be snapping pictures of me, to have cameras on me at all times. You know what I'm saying? You're expecting that. But once you leave that event, the event is done. And now you are no longer in that capacity. So I honestly, Gloria, let's see what 50 Cent had to say about this, because he had a couple of things that he said when it came to this. So the first thing he said was, the moment I realized I don't like lawyers, Gloria, you should You should know better. Chase a different ambulance, okay? Then he says, well, did I share that? I did. Okay. Then he went on to say, Gloria, you are not getting any money from me that way. But you can call me. I'll take you to dinner, LOL. Baby. Let me tell you something. Let me go up here. Let me get to some of these comments because I skipped some of them. Hold on. Man, sometimes these paps be all in your grill. That is actually true. If I'm not mistaken, this isn't the only time that has happened to 50 Cent though. Exactly. Like, I mean, he's a celebrity, so it's going to happen. How does he know Jackson directed them? He doesn't know. He's assuming. But then as the paperwork goes on, it starts to say that he was the one who did it. Don't invade my space. Okay, don't invade my car space. Back, give him 50 feet. Facts. Man, this lawsuit is weird. Very weird. Remember Princess Diana's death? Paparazzi caused it. Right. That's what I was talking about. They were chasing her down the street. And from all the flashing lights, allegedly, of the paparazzi, those bright lights that they had on those cameras at that time, it caused the driver to be blind and they crashed. That's allegedly. That's one version of the story that I heard. But y'all don't want me to put my tinfoil kufi hat on because we'll be here all day trying to pull that apart. They're getting too close. It's too much facts. Hey, good morning, B More. Hey. Good morning, everybody that was just coming in. He hit my car. Not my car. Yo, 50, use this excuse right here. I ain't hit him. He hit my car. Hey, Miss Peaches. He don't make sense. He doesn't. He could have gotten run over by a different driver. That was dumb. Thank you. Because you're putting yourself at risk. You're driving. You're not paying attention to the road the way you should be and your surroundings if you got a selfie stick out trying to capture this moment. How was he doing that? Is it illegal to hold a cell phone while you're driving in California? Because I know in New York, it for damn sure is. 50 should be able to sue for stalking. I agree. That's the issue, California. Him saying that he has the right to pursue and that 50 Cent was stopping him from that, I don't feel like he was stopping him from that. You did your job. You came out to the book signing. You got your content. You chose to go a step above and beyond to have something exclusive. And I guarantee you that he was not just driving along. He was probably driving around. Yo, 50. Roll your window down. 50, say something for the camera. I guarantee you he was doing that to try to get him to say something. Do something so that he can have a viral moment. Well, I hope you got that incident on camera. Did you videotape it? Gloria takes cases for the gram, so she be doing it for the gram. She usually rep women who have been graded. Oh. Hey, good morning. How is a passenger supposed to act responsibly? I don't know, but he's trying to say that 50 should have acted responsibly because he is accusing 50 of directing the person who was in the passenger seat to open the door and hit him. Okay? LOL, I would have loved to be in the trunk. I know they laughed. You know they did. This is 50 we're talking about. You know he was laughing. He probably rolled the window down like in that meme we be using and looked at him and laughed as they pulled off. I guarantee you he did. She would try to settle. She goes for money. Exactly. That's what this is feeling like. It's a money grab. I told her you don't have to if you don't want to. He's trolling Gloria. Yep. Take you to dinner. Yeah. That is right, Hen. It ain't what you do, it's how you do it. Okay. Listen, I told y'all I ain't got my glasses on. All right. I'm doing the best that I can. 50 is the number one troll. She should have known she was going to get trolled. Okay. He's a Cancer. He will troll all the way to the bank, and he's going to. And guess what? He's going to keep his coins. I don't see this guy getting anything out of it. I don't see him getting anything out of this. All right. On the real, if Gloria picked up the case, she must think there's money to get. Let's be real. She is known to get the money, but I don't think she's going to get the money out of this one. And I'm just being honest. Like, this was a fraud of a case. Honestly, I put it out because I don't know what's going to happen, if it's going to pick up and grow legs or not. And yes, I'm a content creator. I want to be in the algorithm with it. All right. I'm trying. Okay, let me tell y'all what's about to happen, and we'll get back to the case. I'm trying to get out of being boxed in to just Krishan and Whack. When I do Krishan and Whack content, my numbers go up. When I don't do them, my numbers don't do too well. But I have to be consistent with that. So y'all are going to get a lot of things that are not Krishan or Whack, because I'm going to be honest, sometimes I get tired of talking about them. Like, Whack has everybody in a trick bag, and I don't want to be in nobody's trick bag, okay? If I wanted to be in a trick bag, I'd be... No, because I could never do that. I ain't even going to finish the thought, because I couldn't even get it out of my mouth. 50 going, what are you going to get me for? I ain't say nothing. I ain't do nothing. I'm on his side. So why he gonna get me? If anything, he should hire me. Hire me, 50. I could play in Raising Canaan. I'm from New York. I ain't from Southside Jamaica, Queens or nothing. But I'm from New York. You need somebody to cover you social media wise. I'll be a part of the This Is 50 team if that's still yours or not. You know what I'm saying? I'll be the exclusive blogger for 50 Cent, all things 50. Passenger is supposed to face the front and shut up. What, CJ? Oh, this whole case is BS. It is. Do some hood interviews. What do you mean, do hood interviews? Who should I be interviewing from the hood? Like regular people? You want to be my manager? I don't know. I don't know if my team is going to be okay with me taking on a manager. All my interviews go through Selena anyway. Listen, we got a whole process here, all right? If you get set up for an interview with me, there is a whole process that you have to go through. There's a pre-screen that happens, okay? You have to go through Selena before you can get to me. That's how that goes. You don't just pick up your IG and call. you can't do that. There's a whole process. So, no, but seriously, if you have somebody that you would like for me to interview, definitely slot it, and we'll see what happens. I really wanted you to review that case in Detroit, but the agent of chaos started some issues already. Which case in Detroit? Let me know. Hit me up on IG. Hey, all smiles. Yeah, money does talk. I dig the different content. Keep up the great work. You got this. Thank you, boo. You can contact me for interviews. Gracias. Henny has several managers already. Wait a minute. Pause. Time out. Henny does not have any managers. Let me tell you something. I don't listen. I'm not under any contracts of management. However, I have people who manage things. I have people who are part of my team. I have the Penny Snipers team. Okay. I have the Inner Circle team that deals with me directly. I have the Henny gang. It's a lot of teams going on here. But I don't have a manager. Maybe I need a manager. I'm being so honest. Maybe I need a manager. I don't know. I met with everyone first. Our process is solid. It is. Thank you. Sorry, thanks for the offer, but we have Selena and we love her. But Selena's not my manager. I don't have a manager. All right, so listen, y'all. That is my take and my 1-2 on this case. I feel like it is just a money grab, and that Gloria thinks that they can get a bag out of this. I don't see 50 parting with any of his money at all. But let this be a lesson to some of you content creators, YouTubers, Instagrammers, Facebookers, TikTokers, all of that. Sometimes when you go for that money shot, sometimes that money shot is going to cost you. Might cost you a little, it might cost you a lot, but it's gonna cost you. Give these celebrities, they back, get them 50 feet, okay? When the event is over, the event is over. Stop chasing them down in these cars. Stop hunting them down and stalking them after events and all of that stuff, because you never know. You're going to run up on the right one and you're going to catch the wrong thing. But anyway, that's my 1-2 spin on this. I just wanted to give y'all a little bit of that. If you are a member, we will be reviewing the Chris Brown court docs, and I will be talking about the documentary because we watched the documentary on Sunday. So now the paperwork will make sense when we read it, because we actually saw what the documentary was about. Also, I will be setting up the 4-night event of watching the fall of Diddy on Patreon as well. It is really good. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I did watch a little bit of it ahead of time, and let me tell you something. This is a real documentary, guys. This is a real documentary. It's not like the Chris Brown one where they got people whose cases were kind of shaky or that the lawyers dismissed. This documentary is a real documentary. They have Little Rod speaking in it. They have the lady who was at the club, they have her speaking in it. Of course, they have the best friend from the previous documentary that was in there. They have the driver from the night of the incident with Shine at the club in the documentary. It's a lot of people in the documentary that are speaking. D Woods from Danny D. Kane is in it. So yeah, you definitely want to tune in. Yes, members in today at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll go through the Chris Brown documents, and I'm going to try to play some of the documentary, because in members, I don't monetize those videos because you guys are already, y'all already paying to be the members. So it is what it is. But we're going to, try to watch a little bit of it just to give those people who did not jump on Patreon or cannot be on Patreon a chance to see some of it. But yep, that's at 3 p.m. today. We are we doing Media Showdown, ladies? Poppington, Selena, y'all are in here, because I do want to talk about academics, but I don't want to intertwine content right now. Hey, Kristen. Okay, so Selena says yes. Poppington says yes. Kristen is going to join us today. Yay, Kristen. All right, so you guys will have Media Showdown. Hey, thank you for becoming a member. Just say. So yes, it'll be 4 of us up here. I have 3 of y'all today. There's 4 of us up here. We're going to review the content. So Media Showdown today at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sorry. Yeah, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because I have to tell myself at noon. Because if I don't say at noon, I will forget. So, Media Showdown today at 1 p.m. Please be sure that you check it out. It is something that I was doing on my other channel that I'm bringing over to this channel, where we review content and give our opinions. And it's not just me. It's a panel, and then I allow y'all to come up and voice y'all opinions, y'all views on things. So we're going to get into some of that. And then we have members at 3 p.m. today, where we will review not only the Chris Brown documentary, but the court docs for it. And then we'll see what goes on from there. But I do also have other information that I'm going to get into with y'all. But I will see y'all in the next video. Remember to vibe high so the bullshit don't stick. And we out, y'all. Peace.